Welcome to Latch. I'm Steph, the founder of Latch, where we offer nursing tops and support for breastfeeding moms. Today we're going to dive into the upright football or rugby ball hold breastfeeding position. But before we do that, be sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and ring the notification bell so you never miss information about breastfeeding positions or other breastfeeding tips. This upright breastfeeding position is great for babies with reflux or chronic ear infections because the upright position helps to aid in digestion and keep that equilibrium in their ears. So let's get into kind of what this position looks like. Of course, your baby is going to be upright in a somewhat vertical position, and they're going to be placed at your side. So if you think of the hold that you might have on a football or a rugby ball, you're going to tuck that baby under your arm, or that football under your arm. Now this here is kind of your more traditional football or rugby ball hold position where your baby is going to be horizontal. But again, with our upright version, we want our baby more vertical. They're probably not going to be sitting directly on our lap in a completely upright position, but more of a semi-upright position. So I want to show you a little bit what that looks like. So this again is going to be our more traditional football or rugby ball hold. In this version of the upright, our baby is still along our side and still somewhat tucked under our arm, but you can see now their feet are going to be closer to my hips rather than in our traditional hold, their feet are closer to my back. So let's talk a little bit about the steps to accomplish this upright football or rugby ball hold breastfeeding position. The first step, of course, is to make sure our baby is positioned. So we're going to start with our baby at our side, and you'll do whatever side you're planning to feed from. So in this example, if I'm feeding from my right breast, I'm going to have my baby on my right side. I like to start with setting my baby on my lap a little bit just to get situated and get them in that upright position. And then as we get ready to actually feed and want to position our baby a little bit more for the hold, we're going to make sure those arms are not restricted or tucked in. And I like to kind of have my baby giving my breast a hug. So our baby's entire body is over at our side. Again, those feet kind of by our hip here. And then I'm going to take my arm to support them and supporting them underneath their neck and upper back area. So that's step number 2, is to make sure we're supporting our baby. And we could do this with or without a breastfeeding support pillow. If we're not using a pillow, most of our baby's weight is going to be in our hands. So it could be a lot to bear that weight. So you just want to make sure you're supporting your baby as best as possible, as much of their body as possible. And again, that neck area is really where your baby is the weakest. So this is where we want to offer them that support. We're not going to hold our baby's head because this can be restrictive and not very comfortable for them. We want to make sure that we have control over them by supporting their neck, but that we're also making sure our baby is comfortable, of course. Again, we can do this position with the assistance of a breastfeeding support pillow. So I'll show you what that looks like as well. So to create this really upright variation and get those benefits of doing an upright position, I like to move my support pillow over to the side. So let's take a look at what that looks like. All right, so with the pillow kind of wrapped around my side now, my baby can really be positioned at my side with their feet by my hips. You can see I'm in my rocking chair, and so it is a little tight right now with the arms of the chair and the pillow. So this might work best for you if you're on the couch or in bed, but stick with me just to kind of see what this looks like. So with your baby positioned, you're still supporting their neck, again, giving them that support where they're weak. But having the pillow here allows you to rest your arm so that you don't get fatigued from holding your baby and supporting all of their weight. So it's definitely not necessary to use a breastfeeding support pillow in this position, but if you find that your arms are getting tired, it can be very beneficial. For the remainder of this video, am going to move forward without the assistance of the breastfeeding support pillow. My little baby here is not very heavy, so I think we can make it. Okay, so now that we have positioned our baby and we've found the best way to support them, the next thing we'll do is guide our baby's chin to our breast. As our baby is positioned at our side and we guide our baby's chin to our breast, the purpose of this is to help encourage a wide open mouth from our baby. So as we get ready to help our baby latch and we're guiding them to our breast, if we kind of encourage their chin to touch our breast first, that can help get a wide open mouth before we really, put our nipple in their mouth and help them latch. A couple other ways to encourage that wide mouth is to kind of tickle your baby's nose or their upper lip. It is really important to wait for that wide open mouth so that we can get as much of the nipple and surrounding breast tissue as possible into our baby's mouth. Once we see that wide open mouth, now we'll help them latch. I like to do this by supporting my breast with my free hand and pinching my breast together so that I can make the target a little smaller for my baby and then get, again, as much of that nipple and breast tissue in their mouth as possible. Once we're latched, we're going to maintain this latch until they're done feeding and, assist with relatching if needed and make sure that that latch stays deep and that our baby is doing that suck, swallow, breathe, rhythmic eating. Now, one of the best parts of this upright football or rugby ball hold breastfeeding position, as your baby is positioned over to your side, you have a great view of your baby while they're eating. That is super important in the early postpartum days as you and your baby are both learning how to breastfeed and getting the hang of latching. It offers you great support for your baby's head as well as control over your breast. This position is also very comfortable if you've had a C-section. So in a lot of your more traditional breastfeeding holds, your baby might be laying across your abdomen, and that can be pretty uncomfortable if you have gone through a C-section. So being off to the side, whether that's the traditional football hold or this upright football hold, it's going to relieve that pressure and be more comfortable for you. And as I mentioned before, being in that upright position is great for babies who have reflux and are prone to spitting up. In that upright position, it kind of helps the milk stay down and can reduce those spit ups. Getting the hang of this breastfeeding position and finding what's most comfortable for you is likely to take some practice. So if it doesn't work great for you the first time, keep trying, especially if those benefits are something that you're really interested in. Don't give up on it if you try the position a few times and you're finding it a little awkward. It can take some practice to figure out the best way to position your baby and offer them that support with where exactly you want to hold them and helping them latch. Now, we saw that you can do this position with or without the assistance of a breastfeeding support pillow. Some women do find that it's most comfortable with the support pillow, which can make this position difficult sometimes if you're on the go and you don't have that breastfeeding support pillow readily available to you. So I've found that this position does work best for smaller babies because they're not quite as heavy, so there's not as much weight to support, so you don't necessarily need to have that additional breastfeeding support pillow in those circumstances. Another reason why this position might not work for you in all circumstances is if you're in public, it might not be the most discreet option. Depending on exactly how you're positioning your baby, you might have a lot of your breast showing in public, but a great nursing top will definitely help that. You can get a nursing top just like this at latchlux.com. I've found that it's really great for making nursing discreet. So again, to kind of show you what that looks like. When you're breastfeeding, you pull over to the side and then lift this little flap here. So you can really expose, the breast for your baby, but the kind of double layers here does help for making nursing as discreet as possible. So if you find that, again, you want to use the upright football position, but it's not working for you in public, maybe try out a nursing top and that could help with that. If you find that after some practice and making tweaks to your nursing wear or any other concerns you may have with this upright football hold, if you find that the position is still not working for you, there are some alternatives you can try. We can go back to that more traditional football hold. It offers a lot of the same benefits of, relieving any pressure on your abdomen after a C-section. It still offers you a great view and a lot of control of your baby. But some people do find that it's a little bit easier to maintain, especially if you've got the assistance of your support pillow. Another alternative for this breastfeeding position is the double football or rugby ball hold, which is great if you're nursing twins and you want to do that simultaneously. We've got our little twin sister here, so if you are interested in trying the double football hold, here's just a little bit what that would look like. And another great position is the cross cradle hold. I love this position because it's very similar to the football hold, but you just bring your baby across your chest. So this might not be the best option if you are recovering from that C-section, but if you're still looking for a great way to offer support and control of your baby while getting a great view while breastfeeding, this is another option. And if you're wanting to stick with the upright positions, a great option is the koala hold. So with that koala hold, your baby can stay in that upright position, seated on your lap, and you'll still see some of those benefits of the upright position, and it's just worth experimenting. So let me know in the comments what positions are working best for you. If you tried the upright football hold, did you like it, or did you find that one of these alternative positions was better suited for you? Thank you so much for watching our video today. I hope that this was helpful for you, and I hope to see you soon for more information on breastfeeding positions.